Oh, it says we're live.
We're
Wow.
live.
Are
We're
we
in
live
here.
now?
We did it.
Can you see the chat room, Paul?
I can, sir.
I love it. I love it. So, yeah, we're live. I still
Holy
never got the
fuck.
new laptop. We got some crazy guests on here. Brian Six from You Fucked It podcast and Shaner. All right. How you doing, boys? You're looking good. I like that
Hey,
mustache.
what's going on, man?
Thanks.
Fuck. Now, Paul, did you get your idea for the mustache from this guy?
No, I was just gonna say Shayna has like my mustache, but I'm like the first evolution of Pokemon. He's like the Charizard.
I was gonna say,
You know what I mean?
you have 11th grade mustache trying to impress some fucking Asian chick you just met. It's like, yeah, I'm good.
This you
Yeah, I
guys
got my
can pull
Dragon
it
Ball
off.
Z
There's no
tee
fucking
on.
way I'm pulling off a
Sick
mustache.
mustache.
You'll get there. It's,
Yeah,
just
nice
all, it's
mention.
all about, you know what? Everyone asks, like, you know, like, what do you got? It's like, yeah, honestly, it's male pattern baldness on my fucking face. I can't grow a fucking beard at all.
Yeah.
It only comes here.
Are you missing right here?
No, so I can grow a goatee like nobody's business, but like sideburns I kind of got, but
The
everything
cheeks.
else it's patchy as fuck. I can't do.
Mine's good till right here.
Oh.
Right here is my dead zone.
Like even Six's 5 o'clock shadow, I can't fucking do that. If I could do that, I'd do that. I'd do that if I could do it. But
Yeah, I
I
can't do neither of those. Mine comes in blonde, and it looks like a Chester the Molester or some shit because I got brown hair. It's horrible. It's not a good look.
Yeah, flesh colored's tough to do. for a
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah, whatever.
Six
So,
is dark enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
light, but it's dark enough.
I'll save everybody some time. I got a bunch of messages this morning to go check out Who Are These Pods because Chad Zumach made an appearance on there and made a fool of himself. Look, it's 2 hours long. Save your fucking time. He does what he always does. Was trashing the shit out of some radio guys like he's Howard or something. It's the same bullshit you hear everywhere. So save your time on that. And also coinage to Chad. I'm going to pull it up whenever I post a video. That text message that said I won't ever have any more real guests after he threatened us, Paul. I had Anthony Cumia and Rich Voss on my show this week in Atlantic City. So good luck
And now
with
we
that,
got you
Chad. So that'll be
fucked it.
posted. Now we got you fucked it, boys.
Yeah,
Chad,
dude.
We had this talk on the stream. I don't know if they want to get into it, but they got buddies who don't like Chad and shit like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's embarrassing how they were like praising him on this show. I was like, I thought the whole point of that show was they were going to trash his podcast, but they just ended up trashing another guy. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like that's not
weird.
fair. Like
we
what the
actually,
fuck?
the thing about Zumach is that my first viewing of him getting fucked up was by one of the most gentle comics that came out of Philly. I mean, he's been in New York for years, but it was Tommy Cassidy at Kevin Brennan's roast at the stand, and fucking Tommy just literally spent
Destroyed
like
him.
5 minutes right at Zumach because he hates him.
Right.
And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I saw something like I mean, I'm assuming it's a joke where he has on his profile that he's Florida's #1 comedian.
Yeah,
It's not a joke.
bit. It's a
Not
bit.
a
It
joke.
started as a bit, but now he's taking it completely serious. And he
That's a
wears
shame.
every time he does a podcast, like he did Robert Kelly's podcast, he wears a fucking fedora and a Hawaiian shirt. It's
No
ridiculous.
way.
I swear to God.
Go check it out. Every podcast appearance. It looks ridiculous.
Sunglasses,
Yeah.
fedora, Hawaiian shirt.
And he
dude.
coins himself
Dude.
that. And even at down there in Tampa, what's the name of that club?
Side splitters.
They
Yeah.
list
Side
him as
Splitters.
Florida's greatest comedian. I mean, it's become a whole thing.
Oh, you guys will like this because I heard you guys talking about Cobra Kai on one of the you fuckers
Oh,
I was catching
yeah.
up on. They put Side Splitters tweeted out his set list and was like, "This is
Oh.
how Florida's greatest comedian gets it done." And he misspelled Cobra Kai and put Cobra Kai. That was one of his bits.
Dude.
He's just
So-
such a clown.
Yeah, I mean, so many people messaged me said I gotta listen to that. Save your fucking time. It's not worth it. It's the same shit. Speaking of which, it just dropped, but Kevin Brennan had Tom Cassidy on today, so I wonder how that went.
Yeah.
That means Chad wasn't there. I
I've-
wonder if they're a little mad at each other. I hope so.
Now, Tommy and Kevin have always had that weird kind of relationship too, but because they just jar at each other. But like, I
Yeah.
know they're friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. It's like he was actually supposed to feature him. One of my first hosting weekends at Helium Comedy Club in Philly was for Kevin, and Tommy was actually supposed to come down to feature. I don't know what happened, but I wish he would have because it was awkward because Kevin was just a fucking prick to me the whole weekend. But
Was he really? Like, he wouldn't talk to
yeah,
you?
but keep in mind, I've never met him. I'd
Yeah.
never met Kevin. I knew he was the most I knew about him was he was Neil Brennan's brother.
Okay.
And then I started asking around to other established comics, what's this dude about? Blah, blah, blah. And I think I remember who told me, but they're like, dude, your best bet, bring him to a strip club and leave him there. I was like, all right. Like,
Yeah, he's just a miserable guy. Like
yeah.
you see him, you hear him on your podcast. That's who you on his podcast. That's who you get in real life. Like, he's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
that guy.
I'm glad I asked because, like, you know, I was like, all right, cool, because otherwise I would have been like, who the fuck's this
What the
old piece
fuck
of
you
shit?
think?
Yo, that
That's
was
weird.
good advice though. Bring him to the strip joint. Him and Attell used to. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Or used
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do. I should say they're not really friends anymore. But
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's burned a lot of bridges. Ellie had a show called Burning Bridges for that reason. But yeah,
Yeah.
when I had Kumi on this weekend and I was talking to
Nice.
him, and it was like, you know, when it came to the business side of things, I didn't need him being a fucking dick. You know, it was like, it's funny on the show and stuff, but that's it. Like cut it out, you know, because it's so hard
What do
to
you
work
mean?
with them. You know, as far as like him being on compound and shit, whenever that whole mix up, because he started attacking like
Oh,
the
right. Yeah,
cop
yeah.
and things like
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, that's a little too much, man. Like, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a
Yeah, you gotta
bit.
be
That's
careful.
just him, dude. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Like
Yeah.
he said, he takes it outside. It's like he'd be putting on a face to be nice about business and shit like that. You know?
Yeah, and I don't even know if he's capable of doing that. But we love him, so that's, you know, at the end of the day.
Him and Cassidy. That's like
throw that fucking whatever Chad Zumach off the show, and then I can listen to it again. It's unlistenable with him on it. I
yeah,
can't.
man.
Can't
I
do
can't
it.
either. I told Kev before I still donate to his Patreon, but my wife listens and that's it, dude. I
unlistenable.
can't even do it anymore.
It's unlistenable with Chad on there. I mean, it's the same thing every week.
Does,
Me.
does he wear a fedora and the Hawaiian shirt as like a bit as well?
It's part of the Florida's Greatest Comedian thing because he's
So
down
he's
by the
just running
beach.
with that.
Yeah,
Fucking dumb.
Yeah,
It's
He's like
retarded.
he's like a sledgehammer away from playing like an airport bar.
yeah, dude.
He
Or
looks
crazy-
one of
he could be a
Shane
boat
Dietrich
comic.
from the Warriors movie, just walking around like I'm part of a gang.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
yeah, my
dude.
own fucking ass. Jesus. fucking-
He's
It's
like
the
a
worst.
geriatric dice where he's like playing this bit and then he's kind of turned into it. You know what I mean? Like where he's like too far into it, he can't come out now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there was somebody was out and they posted a video of him like at a bar and he was wearing the same shit. Like he wears it out.
Brutal. Holy shit, dude! I didn't know that.
I mean, there's a lot
That's
going
like-
on. Like I hope he's all
Dude,
right.
that's like
but-
when Gallagher could only go anywhere with a striped fucking French shirt and suspenders. Like, I gotta do it. I
Yeah.
can't not.
Like I don't think he could take his life anymore. Like he was blowing my phone up on a Saturday night when he's supposed to be at a comedy club, just text after text after text, and I'm just ignoring it. And then he just again like 6 phone calls. I'm like, is this guy all right? Like I'm not even mad about it. I'm like, are you all right, dude? Like,
Yeah.
you all right up there?
Dude, how crazy would it be the last person that a guy with a fedora and a Hawaiian shirt calls on his deathbed is a guy in a pink ski mask? That would be the
Seriously.
fucking craziest thing. Is like,
Yeah.
like who did he call? He's like, this guy.
It's
Yeah.
so, dude, I can't wait to mash together all the clips because like it was my episode 12. I'm like, all right, Chad, I'll see you around. He's like, you're never gonna see me again. And like last week, he's like, fuck you, like calling me and shit. Just so
Too mu-
mad.
There's too many good things. Like the text he sent to Ski, like I don't even know who Paul is. I'd rather just never talk to him again. And then I got 87 DMs from him on like, Football
Yeah,
Sunday.
meanwhile,
Like,
he's DMing the guy.
yeah, he's brutal. Man.
It's
He's
That's
brutal.
funny. He's like, you're never gonna see me again unless you're
Yeah.
at Slappy's in Tallahassee
Yeah,
Monday through Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Look at
One
my
show
dates.
only.
You want to know where I am? Find me. Look at my dates on my website. His dates hasn't been updated in 2 years. It's like, what
You'll
the
never see me again unless you come to Golden Corral at 9:45. I will be there with my grandfather. He's got diabetes. Just shut up and let me be with him.
If you want to talk,
Never
come up
see
to
me
before.
again. You will never see me again unless you come to Jiffy Lube. I have an appointment for an oil change, and honestly, I sweep up after hours there.
It's so in the gist is where I work.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out. Careful coming inside. It's a little slippery. I can't believe this guy.
You will never see me again unless you fuck up and come to the Marlton, New Jersey Marshals after 6 o'clock. I will fuck your mouth. I swear to God.
God, he's I don't know what his deal is, but yes, the whole point of that was save your fucking time. Don't go listen to it. Bad. Comedians of the Compound show this weekend. Pretty good.
Yeah. Was that good?
Yeah, the final show Saturday. Everybody, they've been day drinking all day, so it was kind of dragged out a little bit. Barry Ribs was good. I have to say again, Barry Ribs that was fucking good.
Fucking Barry Ribs. What's
I
he
don't know
about? 97 now?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but he kills on stage. It's so funny to me.
Yeah. Is he still saying the N-word very freely?
No. Barry stays far away from the N-word now.
No, he used to back in the day.
I know, but he will not say it. He won't allude to it or nothing anymore.
No.
But very funny guy. I don't know what it is. Like he does.
Who else was on that show?
Chrissy Mayer was on. Rich Voss made an appearance. He was good. He did some time. Aaron Berg killed. Gino was Gino, of course.
Yeah.
And who else? Don Jameson made an appearance.
Oh, nice.
And pretty much all the compound guys. Kumia came out for a while. I love seeing Kumia on stage because he always holds the microphone like he does when he's singing karaoke in his basement, the same way. like he's singing a Metallica song, but he's trying to make jokes. It's like it's so funny. Because he's got to be hammered to go on stage. It's great to watch him.
I like. I haven't seen Gino since his new look. I saw him last year before this.
He's got to get rid of it. He's got to get rid of it.
What? What do you mean? The
headband,
suit jacket with the fucking headband, and
the reason being is the hair is getting so long now. It's
dude,
like it's like a
looks
foot
like,
out of
he
the
looks like
headband.
broccoli you left on the stove for too long. It's fucking brutal, dude. I tweeted him. I said, lose the fucking headband, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, the headband's all right. You just don't want to let the hair get too long out the top. Like, let it drop down the back like a mullet.
Fucking
and then it'll be
Veggie
good.
Tales.
At least he's got honestly, at least he's got a fucking headband. I knew too many guys who are rocking almost like the what the fuck is it called? I don't even know what it's called. It's not a headband, but the plastic thing that women used to do. Yeah, what you know exactly what I'm talking about. Vince. That fucking weird
Fuck
dude,
is it called? Yeah.
I don't know
shower
what the
cap.
fuck it's called.
No, it's just like a hair clip almost, but it's just like a fucking half arc. It's just like put in that goes back.
Dude.
Is it called a beret or no?
No, dude.
No, beret is like what clips it.
Yeah.
Fuck,
remember,
I know what you're
fucking-
talking about. It's
hold
like a
on.
horseshoe that you fucking
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
The movie Old School. Remember Old School?
Yeah.
Spanish in the movie.
yeah.
He had the same fucking thing going on. It looked like a fucking ass that was blown out all over the fucking back of his head.
Yeah.
It was absurd.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
At least he's
Yeah, I
not
don't know
doing
if
that.
Gino's like there yet. Gino, the last time I talked to him, he's like, we were arguing about because I can't stand the fact that he's a fucking Chargers fan. So I always get in his ass about that. And he's like, he said something, and then all of a sudden he just slipped it in there. He's like, well, I don't know. Next week I'm going to quit drinking. And I was like, what? And like just ended the conversation. I started realizing, I was like, dude, do you ever notice that if you could, I was like, Bisconti's the only one I know who can get himself out of any conversation by saying, I'm going to quit drinking next year. Because everyone's going to be like, whoa.
Right.
What?
He did too. He quit drinking.
Yeah, I
for quite
heard.
a while. He was supposed to quit until Skankfest when it was reposted till September, and then right at the beginning of September, I think when it got pushed back again till March, he was like, "Fuck this," and started drinking.
That's why he drank, because fucking Houston wouldn't let us come down there. So he's like, time to get hammered.
Right. Yeah, I forgot you guys were gonna be on that show, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm on the there's like doing like a new and nasty thing that I'm on, but I don't know if that's gonna still happen. I just did Lewis's podcast last week, and he said that like he doesn't know if they're still gonna do that. I mean, I'll still be on Skankfest, but I don't know if they're gonna do that one part because it was like me and like 7 other comics that were specifically for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good show to be on. Lewis is killing it. He's got 80,000 podcasts.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the only one who could pull that off. Like anyone else who has like several podcasts, like, what are you doing?
It's too much. Like,
Yeah.
I know a few guys that have a lot of podcasts. It's like, dude, get funny on one first, and then worry about another one.
Yeah.
He's gearing up for this Ellis fight, which I thought that was like a promo thing. And then when I went up there, I was like, is that going to happen? He goes, yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Is that guy an Australian? I saw him talking about Vegemite on Twitter.
Yeah, he's an Australian. And the crazy thing is, I didn't realize who he was and how involved in fighting he was until, I guess, 2 years ago when Lewis fought that fucking fat retard farmer comic. I don't know who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But that was at one of Ellis's events. He has his own company that promotes fights and shit. And then it turns out he fights too. See, before this, the only thing I knew about Jason Ellis was he was a pro skateboarder for years.
Yeah.
And he rode vert, so I didn't give a fuck about him. But at the same time, I knew he was like an Australian fucking maniac. And now he's got like head tats and all this shit. But then Lewis is like, also, I said that to him. I said, how old is this dude? He's like, yeah, he's like 48. I was like, Jesus Christ. He's like, yeah, he's had like 2 knee surgeries. He's going in for heart surgery now. I go, Lewis, you're setting yourself up for something. If you lose this fight, seriously, you're gonna be opening for fucking Zumach at the Denny's in fucking Key West, dude.
Denny's.
Come see me at the Tallahassee Bingo Hall. Be opening for Chad.
When I first
But, yeah.
when I first started the show, I actually challenged Lewis to a fight, and
dude.
I was hoping he would.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing it so I could get my that was going to be the only way I got into Skankfest, because it was like, well, tickets are already done and all that shit. And then I met him at the stand like a month ago, and I was like, listen, man, about that fight thing, I didn't realize you were this tall.
Oh, he's a big dude. People
I didn't realize he
sleep
was
with
that
like
big.
think Lewis. Lewis will he will check anybody in public. He
how
fucking
tall-
lives for it.
How tall?
Lewis is like 6'1", 6'2", but he's a big dude.
He's got
And
big
he-
shoulders. I saw him. And I was like, holy,
Lewis
I
is
gotta
not
tell
a
this.
soft dude. He will fuck somebody up. I mean,
I don't know. Like, I look at when I hear about like tall dudes wanting to fight, like having been a dude who's been punched in the face a lot of fucking times, and having to fight dudes who are always taller than me because I'm a piece of shit. And when I get drunk and I see a guy who's bigger than me, it's short guy complex fucking bullshit. But what I can tell you is tall guys, as much as they want to fucking just boast about how they can fucking throw, a lot of those guys, once you get them down, once you get them on the floor, they ain't doing shit.
You'll work all
yeah.
They're very much they're banking on the fact that they look big and imposing. But I've fucking leveled dudes who are way taller than me. But again,
he
you're
had
not
to
gonna
jump up to do it, but fucking he
dude.
got it done, dude.
I wear my
His kneecaps were fucked up, dude.
Yeah. He's just jabbing his kneecaps.
Yeah.
I fuck shins up, dude. I'm like one of those little small dogs.
Shins hurt, though. Well, that's why I quit skateboarding. I was trying to get hit in the fucking shins. I'm going to get too old for
Yep.
this.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
hurts,
it
man.
sucks.
But, so you
Six,
guys
did
are,
you still work at a skateboarding shop? Didn't I hear that on the podcast?
Oh yeah. I used to work at one for years. Yeah. For that was actually like on the last days of me. Like I was still skating at that point, but not really. Like I was still kicking it around, but I wasn't skating for any teams at that point. I was just like doing drugs and drinking and stuff, and like, making very minimum wage, under the table cash. So it was fun because I kind of stayed in the mix. But then it's like, yeah, I'm old as shit. I shouldn't be here. But that was when I was like 20. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Yeah. I just
It's
remember
like, I
one
need the
story
fuck
about
outta
you like duct taped some retarded kid to a fucking office chair or something. What'd you
Piss and
do?
shit.
That's the only-
Piss and shit. Yeah.
Piss and
That's
shit.
what we called him. We
You
called
ever-
him piss and shit because one time he came into the shop and was like, I got to go to this kid was like 8 at the time. And his mom, his fucking degenerate mom, used to just drop him at the shop. And then she worked at a bar like 2 blocks down, and she was just leaving there. And then eventually we turned it into like a fucking daycare center for this kid. And yeah, it was weird, but whatever. He didn't bother us. And then he came into one day. He's like, I got to go to my grandmom's, which sucks because she smells like piss and shiz all the time. And we were like, what, dude? So we started calling him piss and shiz. And that evolved into like piss and shit, crap and pay. We called them all combinations. And then we did a shop video. For a shop video, we, all the riders on there were putting their parts together. And we needed like a big opening of like, just like a bunch of like a montage of something. And my buddy Steve, who I worked at the shop with, was like, dude, we didn't duct tape them. We used the shop stickers. Okay. So that it had the shop's name on it. And we took an office chair with wheels and just wrapped them up in it. And then we brought them out front into the street where the shop was to take pictures. And then the camera, something was wrong with it. I forget. But Steve had to go inside. I wasn't paying attention. Well, the road right in front of Board Stiff, which was the name of the shop, is like just enough incline for that fucking office chair to get moving. And a block away is one of the busiest roads around Philly. And he started moving and he picked up speed real quick. And at one point, I was like, this kid's going to die, dude. We should just go inside and lock the door. But then I remembered all the shop stickers across his face. I was like, it might come back to us, dude. So we had to physically haul ass after this kid. And dude, he got out. He was crying his balls off. I mean, to the point where I think we had to threaten him with not being able to come back to the shop if he told his mom. So
Look, you can't hang out at the shop
Listen,
and
I'll
tell
kill
you
your
yeah.
fucking
can't hang
sister
out.
if you tell anybody about this. You
No
get him
free
with that
boards
one.
for you.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a real sleeper situation.
Nice. Shayner, I just looked at this fucking thing's chat.
I was just thinking that, dude.
Some girl in there is looking at you, dude.
Oh yeah, what's she saying?
Day
Who
Day
is
is cute as all heck. Hot
Wow.
eyes, hot. LOL, says Danielle from Canada.
it? Oh yeah,
from
she's a
Winnipeg.
Canadian lady.
Oh, you need to go up there and
I think
Yeah.
Winnipeg. Danielle, where are you
Giving a
from?
peg.
Somewhere up there.
Yeah.
go over there and give her the win a dick, dude. What's up?
Dude, give me a fat dick.
Winnipeg,
Hey,
I'm gonna be like, I can never win a Stanley fucking Cup, you bitch. Fucking.
All of a sudden, we don't see Danielle in the chat anymore.
No.
What happened? She mad at us?
Son of a bitch.
Uh,
Yeah, that was that story. So we almost killed him.
yeah,
That
that
was-
sounds like a real
he's
sleeper
all right.
situation, man. Like whenever they push the
He's all
hot dog cart and it just knocks
Dude,
the
it's
guy out.
It's crazy is that fucking I saw that kid years later. I might have mentioned it on the podcast when me and Shayna talked about it, but he turned into like a goth mall kid. And I was like, and for some reason I was all fucked up when I saw him. I was with my friend Adrian. And I was like, holy shit, piss and crap. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Because I didn't recognize him. And my friend Adrian's mom knew his mom. And like their families were friends. So he stopped and with his little like fucking brood of vampires stopped and was like, hello, Adrian, and fucking, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Come on.
God.
Like, and then the one kid turned and was like, what's up, Six? And I was like, how the fuck do you know my name, dude?
Did he come
He's
at you
"It's
like
me."
this? Like,
He floated towards me. He floated like
did
Dracul.
his feet did his feet touch the ground like Nancy from The Craft, like coming at you like you are a slut?
No, because he had
finally
those
got
Doc Martin boots on with this big of a heel.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know.
Chunky heel.
But he goes, it's me. And then he said his name. And I was, I was like I said, I was like half in the bag. So I was like, oh my God, pissing crap. Remember that time we killed you? Almost, dude. You almost died. I don't know if you're too young to remember that. He was like, I do remember. And for some reason in my drunk head, I go, was that what made you like this? He was like, what? I was like, nothing, never mind. I thought we turned him goth because we almost killed him.
That would have been the best ways. Like he got confronted with death and he got off. He's like, no more skateboards. And he just sees a hot topic. In the back, he's like,
He felt a
"That's what I
connection.
did."
He
I
felt
like
a connection
music
with
now.
the dark one, dude. He felt a connection with the dark one because he was so close to him.
He goes home and beats off to every Smiths album. And he's like, that's what I needed.
Get Evanescence CDs just lined in the wall.
Dude, there's only one kid. When I worked at a fucking grocery store, there's only one kid we ever convinced that he was gonna die. Like that's crazy. But like we used to fuck with one another, and there was like some kids who were like, I guess, way more sensitive than other people. That's the only way I can put it. It's like they're just like they can't hang.
Yeah.
But we had a baler. Does anybody know what a baler is? You know what a baler is, friends?
Like a hay baler?
Yeah,
No,
I was
no,
gonna
no.
say a hay baler. That's the
We're
only
talking
thing I
about the machine that crushes the
What?
cardboard and all that.
That's right.
Yeah.
The machine that crushes the cardboard. So the thing was, it only comes down to a certain level.
Yeah.
It doesn't go all the way to the bottom. But somebody who doesn't know that,
Yeah,
think
right.
of it
And it
as-
runs off hydraulics, so it looks real fucking scary when it's coming down.
and it's real loud and it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So one day after like hours, we were done closing. We had to do a couple bales of fucking cardboard. We invited this kid named Jake. We called him Jake the Snake because his name was Jake, and we just called him Jake the Snake.
That's a good rhyme.
He's like 16 years old. We're like, Jake, you gotta get in the baler because there's like a problem with it because it was always breaking down.
Yeah.
Like we're not able to like. You have to be able to like move a pin to make sure the hydraulic press comes all the way down, and you can only do that while you're inside the baler. Now the front part of it is like a huge iron swing door that once it closes, you spin like a fucking latch to seal it shut. But once it
like a
gets shut
bank
like
vault.
that,
Like
oh
the
yeah,
big wheel.
once it gets shut like that, you can't open it from the outside from the inside at all. So we put him in there and we joked and we shut it. And he's like, come on, guys. And we hit the button and the fucking baler starts to come down. And he's like, no. And we're like, fuck it. And then like he goes out of the range of sight. We're like, we really hope this isn't that time that the baler goes all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a murder between me and this guy named Justin Kelly, of which we were just like laughing the whole time, like, ha! And then when it
popped like a
stopped,
watermelon.
when it stopped, there was no noise anymore. And we were like, oh, man. And I was waiting for a flood of blood, like when you open the doors on the
flood of piss
to come out of the fucking thing. And he was just laying there. He was like yelling and screaming. And he got out, quit that night. And then Justin and I had to go through sensitivity training for another 2 weeks but we couldn't get fired because we were part of a union. That's
Nice.
part of unions. You can't get fired if
Yeah,
you
you
fuck
should
around
get
with
fired
the
for that anyway. He was dumb enough to get in there, right? It's not like
I
he
can't
shoved
believe
it.
he did.
Yeah,
It's insane that he
they should teach you that. Like, all right, you don't fuck around with hydraulics. Don't get inside of
Also,
it.
if you're 16 years old, why would you be trusting someone who is 19 and 20?
Yeah,
Why
right.
would you be
yeah.
doing anything?
They're
like
already
that?
smoking cigs probably behind the store.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
Also, how fucking shitty is this store where you and your friends are allowed near that piece of fucking equipment,
Yeah.
dude?
oh man,
Good lord.
dude, we're part of a union. Once you get vetted in a
Union of what,
you can do
assholes?
whatever you
That's a
want.
fucking insane,
Yeah,
dude.
you can just run any machinery.
Dude.
I worked at a fish processing plant in Alaska. Same thing. They have these hydraulic machines that where these baskets come up and you got to throw the fish on real quick. And if you don't fucking get your hand out of the way fast enough, it crushes it. People get their like Filipinos would get their hands crushed all the time. They send them back. I mean, this is messed up. What's going on in there? So I was 18 years old trying to run this machine, drunk off my ass. And yeah, I mean, it was a few times where I was
that's-
really fucked up.
But that's what unions do. Unions need you to be there in the beginning, so
Yeah.
you are totally devout to them when you're in your fucking 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah, I
you to
got
be
this
there.
pension in another 10 years, dude.
Exactly. They need you to be there at 16 years old, possibly dying. So you'd be like, yeah, you fucking dumb
Right. They
shit.
want you to they want you to
fucking
trust in
moron.
them by letting you run the baler. Like, oh, this is cool.
Exactly.
They're letting me run the fucking
Yeah.
baler,
Yeah.
man. What else they got?
Dude, letting them at 21 years old, letting them run the frozen food, like the frozen meat bandsaw,
Ooh,
was
yeah.
the stupidest fucking thing. I remember,
Frozen meat bandsaw.
Bandsaw.
Those things move fast.
Dude.
dude,
Mickey
Watch
Rourke and the wrestler just fucking his hand
Yes,
up.
I'm telling you, dude, working with the deli meat processing thing was insane. And you're just like this is a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And there was like people that were working there in their like late 30s and 40s, and you're like 22 years old, like this is gonna be my life now. Like, fuck that.
And none of them gave a fuck either, right? Like
None of them gave a shit.
They don't give a shit what you're doing. Just don't bother them. They just want to do their job and go home.
At all. Anybody who is working the meat grinder at a grocery store is the most morose motherfucker you've ever met in your, I guarantee it. And he's got no time for anybody.
Yeah.
If you go back there and be like, can I get it? Like, how much is the lean fat? He's like, fuck you. That's the lean fat. You fucking
I
bitch.
cut it how I want
Yeah.
it. How I've been
take
cutting
that
for
down.
years.
Meat cutters have no fucking time for anybody.
No, they
Yeah, I
don't.
asked him
At
one time,
all.
I go, can I get a pound of like ham or turkey? And he's like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. What do you have? He's like, oh, I'm like, just let me get boar's head, dude. I don't fucking know any other.
Yeah,
name.
it's same. It's like
It's the only name I know.
a pound
Your-
of pepperoni. Yeah,
your
thin,
easiest-
thin or thick. I don't
Your
fucking
easiest
know.
bet there, if you ever go to a grocery store, when they have anything on display in the
Just get
display
it.
case, that's to shut you up. It has nothing to do with what you fucking want. It's to shut you the fuck up. When there is stuff on display, it's not so you're like, ooh, is that the good cut? It's like, no, you saw it, you buy it, they wrap it up, and you fucking go. Asking a meat cutter for anything at a grocery store, you are getting the worst cut of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
What it comes down to.
Nothing's getting better than what's in the case because
That's how it goes.
As a butcher, like I know a butcher personally. He takes it like a real butcher, not a grocery store shit. He loves his job. There's like an art to it, you know. So if they're back there chilling, cutting the meat by themselves, not being bothered, it's gonna be a good fucking cut.
Yeah.
But once you start asking them, like, "Oh, you know how to cut the fat off?" They're like, "Yeah, I'll show you."
No, they got no time. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you go to a grocery store, this is just word of the wise. You go to a grocery store and there's like fucking cuts in the case. Just take those. Don't ask. Don't ask for shit behind the fuck because they're gonna give you the worst fucking thing they can do, and then they're gonna laugh about it because they can't get fired for it.
Yeah.
They're gonna laugh about it because
Nobody butchers these days. Nobody goes out and being like, I want to be a butcher these days.
No,
It used to be a thing. Like, all
Well,
right,
that's also
this
the
is
thing
guy.
is that grocery stores used to be a viable fucking career.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not how it is anymore.
No.
Unless you're management, you're
Yeah,
fucked.
it's not even management, dude. If you are at least when I worked, if you were a guy in your late 30s and you just were a produce clerk, you were making $22 an hour, working
Chilling.
maybe 35 hours a week
Yeah.
with full benefits, full pension, full dental. Like, this is crap that doesn't happen anymore. So when you see like the oldest person at an Acme They've been there since 1982, and they don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
You have to ask them. Like, honestly, I've seen people at a fucking Acme like, hey, can you tell me where dish soap is? And they just walk away from them because it doesn't matter. They'll just walk the fuck away from you. Just
Yep.
read the fucking sign. I've also heard that working in Superfresh. Did you read the fucking sign?
Yeah. Can you
Way to
read?
go, though.
And they're like,
Yeah.
I didn't think to look. It's, dude, people are my whole contempt for the patron came from working at a fucking grocery store, and then it just got amplified working in bars. That's what fucking happened, dude. Working in a grocery store, there isn't a day that goes by where you don't have to deal with a fecal related problem or the elderly.
Yeah.
And then you go to a fucking bar and you got to deal with fucking 22-year-old fucking blonde bitches who have no idea what's in a Jägermeister shot. Even though
What's
they
in this?
Yeah,
Can I have a Jaeger bomb with Red Bull? It's like,
the
bitch,
dumbest
it's made
fucking
with
women ever
beer.
ran. Dude, that's another thing too. Is like I never had like a stereotype for like women until I
Yeah.
started working in a bar.
It's easy. You see it every night.
my Good God.
That
It
must
was
be
insane.
brutal.
They come in wearing the crown. It's my birthday.
They get that as comics,
No one
though.
cares.
The bachelorette party.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've heard
There's
every
only-
comic say that's brutal.
there's only been one time I've ever seen anything happen in a bar where someone came up and ordered these shots, and I was like, what a fucking dumb cunt. But she ordered 14 buttery nipple shots.
Ugh.
Like, now, when the bartender started making them, he was under the impression, as was I, that there was like other chicks behind her,
Yeah.
like in a party. And we're like, all right. So we just line them up. And then she started banging the shot.
Gee, good night.
No.
No, and this is where I was like, if you're gonna order buttery nipple shots, that's the way you drink them.
Yeah.
You don't order one, you order fucking 17 and you slam as much as you can.
She's ready to
as
get
fast
going.
as you can. And she just wandered out into the crowd and never saw her again. It was I was like, where's my wife?
Fat chick?
This is my
Shanna?
wife.
No. Just I wouldn't say skinny, just a regular looking fucking woman wearing like
Yeah.
a fucking Tech Fest and Han Solo boots, just coming in and be like, where's the buttery nipple?
Can I have buttery nipple shots?
What's in a buttery nipple? I've never even heard of that.
Bailey's Irish cream and some rum.
Ooh, gross, dude. I can't do breakfast booze at all. Anything Bailey's or Kahlua, it makes me want to fucking throw up, dude. It's
Yeah.
so gross.
I never heard it referred to as breakfast booze.
I haven't either. I didn't.
That's breakfast booze in
I like
Fair
Boston.
enough. It's fair. Yeah.
Kahlua
like
and
that.
Bailey's is breakfast booze, and it makes me want to. I had we were like 14, 15, and we had an indoor lacrosse, a box lax game. And we went to my buddy Killian, call him Gavin. Shout out Killian. His parents are fresh off the boat. We went to his sister or cousin Neve's house, and she was like 30 at the time. We were like 14, 15. So she made us watermelon mudslides, and we got so
Oh,
fucked up
no.
that night. We went to
First
lacrosse
off-
the next game. Dude, I got hit and I passed out and threw up on the field on an indoor lacrosse field.
Dude,
And it's like one of those things where you're like, oh, I drank, Jaeger all night. I can never do it again. Never can do breakfast booze ever again after that.
watermelon mixing fruit
With booze.
with any type of cream shit,
Yeah.
the grossest thing I've ever heard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Watermelon mudslides.
Well, we were like 14. We're like, fuck yeah.
I
Some
know.
chick's giving us free booze. Hell yeah. And then the next
That's
morning, I'm
just
throwing up at
reckless and
midfield.
That's so fucking insane.
Yeah, dude.
Watermelon.
Yep.
Mudslides.
Watermelon mudslides. I'll never forget that, dude. That's probably like a sophomore in high school or something.
Gross.
Yo, 6, Fload Network content is saying Bees is the fucking man. Make him tell his 9/11 story. You got a good 9/11 story?
No, I do not. I don't know what he's talking about.
No,
I
I
was actually. I mean, technically, most of the things that happened to me. I know what he's talking about, but that was before. That was the night before.
9/10.
I definitely told this on the fucking podcast, but it was
Definitely.
like, I mean, to recap it, I fucking was working at a bar. I was like, what was I fucking. Me and my buddy who I was living with at the time went to this bar. We all worked at this restaurant, and it was a shit old bar. Went in there. This one kid in there, he was fucking mouthing off, and I was pissed off. And I was like, dude, just shut the fuck up, blah, blah, blah. And he was joking, but there was a lot of people around. So like I told him, and I was like, dude, just relax, man. Like I literally just walked out of work. You know what I mean? Like, and I know, God forbid, Shainer's the fucking. First off, restaurant work is the fucking gayest shit in the world, and it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Get your fucking life together if you're humping bus trays. It sucks.
It blows.
It-
There's so much
it's
shit
the
to do
dumbest
out
shit.
there.
If you strive to be a fucking anything, you stink. All right. And people are like, "Oh, well, that's fucked up. I like like, nah, all
No,
right,
you don't.
cool. I like not doing any physical activity because, dude, doing fucking contracting, roofing when I was like 13, 14 years old made me very much appreciate indoors sitting on my ass kind of work. All right. So I was just pissed off. And this dude was just talking shit. And I said, "Hey, man, there's a lot of people around. Why don't you relax?" He kept talking. And keep in mind, back then, obviously, this is, back early 2000s, they had those thick fucking ashtrays, glass ones.
Oh yeah.
And I just picked it up and hauled it at him. And I tried to miss him, and it did miss him, but it got close. That scared me. So I was like, let me get the fuck out of here. And I went home, and it was like, that was at like 1 o'clock. At like 3 a.m, I would get a knock at my door. I was living with the kid I was at the bar with earlier, and it was this kid, the kid I threw the ashtray at, and he was all hammered.
God.
Yeah, and he was like, he had a fucking 6-pack of Heineken, and he was like, "Dude, you fucking, I felt bad. We should talk it out." I go, "Dude, it's just there's a lot of people around. Don't fucking talk to me like that in front of a bunch of people. You know what I mean? I'm not an asshole, so it's fine. But get the fuck off my porch." And he fucking, he was like, "All right, man, I'm just saying, let's just drink these beers." I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah, he
it's cool,
brought a
man. Like, I
6-pack
don't
to
need
drink with you at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, that's
Oh,
clearly
yeah,
a
he
problem.
probably, because I think he had just left that bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm
He
like,
showed up
all
with a
right.
6-pack. Like, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a 6-pack in hand. Like, what the
He made
fuck?
amends.
Yeah, dude, it fucking. I'm in a t-shirt and t-shirt and shorts and socks, and I'm like, dude, just get the fuck off. So finally, I got him to walk away, and he was walking off my porch. And at that house at the time, it's a porch with like 3 steps down, and to the right of it is an alleyway that nobody really drove down, but whatever. And that'll come into play in a second. So. He left the 6-pack at the fucking front of my door, and I was like, "Here's your beer, dude." He
Was it
like,
cold?
And he turned around. I think so. And I'll tell you, I remember exactly how I remember it was Heineken, because when I said like, "Yo, dude, you forgot your beer. Don't forget your 6-pack," and he turned around, and I don't know what happened in the 4 seconds of him walking away down the porch to here. It was he said he turned around, and he was like, "You know what? Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit, cocksucker. I fucking come over here,
That's
try
why
to
he was
fucking
coming
smooth
over.
it out." And I was like, "Dude, don't fucking go this route." I was like, "Just fucking take your beer and get the fuck off my porch." And then he was like, "You know what? Why don't you take that fucking beer and shove it in your head," or something like that. And I just remember reaching down and grabbing one of the beers. And this is how I knew it was a Heineken, because it had the small neck. And I grabbed it by the neck. And I had a cannon back then, I fucking whizzed it at him, and fucking soon as I remember throwing it, being like, "This is way too hard," and fucking this might do something, but it hit him in the back, and this is where that alleyway comes into play, because we had been screaming at each other, and it was a relatively quiet neighborhood. So someone had called the cops, and the cop decided to come up the alleyway, and the beer bottle bounced off his back and exploded on the fucking hood of the car, of the cop car. So right then, I go to my knees. I put my hands behind my back because I know the fucking routine.
Yeah.
This kid's screaming. He assaulted me like a faggot. I was like, "Dude, seriously,
you're in
I
socks and
assaulted you?"
shorts.
And I'm like, "All right." So the cop came up. The one cop I knew, and he came up. He's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I was sitting here. He woke me the fuck up and started shit. So he's like, "I got to bring you in." I was like, "For what?" He was like, "Dude, I don't know who saw that, but you definitely did that. It's assault, blah, blah." He goes, "You're going to have to go to the tank." And I was like, "Are you going to fucking put me in county?" Because I think it was a Friday night. And on weekends, you're not
Like
seeing a fucking
Monday.
judge, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
See you later.
So
I've done that before on a holiday
so
weekend.
I was like,
See you
"I'm
on
not
Tuesday.
fucking." Exactly. I was like, "You think I'm sitting in fucking intake all weekend for this cocksucker? You're out of your mind, dude."
It's not my fault he brought the skinny necks and I was able to hit him.
Yeah. He fucking, so he cuffs us. I get in the back of the car. The best part about this second best part was fucking when he got cuffed, he started screaming and crying, and he was like, "Oh my God, he assaulted me though. He assaulted me." And I was in the other car. I was like, "Ah, you fucking pussy." So we get into the holding cells at the cop station, and they're like 7 doors, like 7 rooms in this one, 7 doors in this one room. And they're the normal holding cells, like the fucking 4x5 bench, metal toilet,
Ugh.
and real high ceiling with the plexiglass with the camera looking down. And fucking, what is it? They keep it -80 in there every
Yeah.
fucking day.
It's so cold.
And
It's
keep in
the
mind,
dumbest thing.
they didn't even, I don't know if I said this part, Shaner, but they didn't let me get shoes on. I asked to change because I knew we were
What?
going into the tanks. I knew we were going to go into the tanks. I didn't know for how long, but I know it's fucking cold. So I was like, let me get my sweats and like a hoodie. And they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me put fucking shoes on.
That's
So
crazy.
I'm in there with the shorts, the t-shirt, and the socks. So they put this dickhead like 2 doors down from me, and they have those slots in the middle of the door that they can serve food and shit through. And I'm just out of it. Like, hey, I look like fucking Arnie Grape screaming when he got arrested, you know? And I'm just like, you motherfucker, dude. I'm screaming down at him. I was like, wait till we get the county, motherfucker. I'm going to fuck you up in intake. And he's like, what? We're going to county? I was like, yep, dude. There ain't no fucking walls up in intake. And we're going to be on that motherfucker for like 3 hours. Very slow processing in Philly. And fucking, I mean, it was just like this, that, and the other. And then this is the part that this person's probably talking about is I started waving at the camera because I couldn't take it. Like I had my arms in my shirt. I was fucking freezing. And I said, I'm waving. Nobody's coming in. And they're legally obligated to come in. They have to.
Yeah.
So nobody was coming in. So for some reason, I thought of the idea. I took my t-shirt off and I took my socks off and I flushed it down the toilet and it clogged it up. And the fucking toilet started overflowing. And what I didn't realize was that door comes all the way to the ground. So that water started rising pretty quick. I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm going to drown in this fucking holding cell. So then I'm like really waving my arms. I was like, I'm going to fucking die, dude. And fucking cop came in. This was what made it all worth it, was he opened the door. It was just like, whoosh, just water all over the fucking place. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What happened? What'd you do? Blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I'm freezing in here. You got a hoodie or something? He's like, what?
Dude, I'm cold. It's wet now.
So they let me out and fucking, I had to, fill out. My mom, I think, still has the citation from that night. And they made me walk home. And I lived probably like 5 or 6 blocks from the station. And they didn't give me a ride. They didn't let me call anybody. They were just like, get the fuck out. If you stay a second longer, we're putting you up in county. And I had to walk home with in just shorts, no shirt, no socks, no shoes. And it was, I got home. And then that was the night my buddy who I was living with was supposed to meet up with a girl. And she was a big coke head. So he's never really done coke. And he came out of the back room with a fucking record album and enough coke to make a fucking Nerf turbo. And I was like, what the fuck is that? He goes, dude, I bought way too much. I go, why do you have that? He goes, well, blah, blah, blah was coming over. And she likes the coke. She said, if we get enough, we can do some weird shit. And I was like, yeah, but that doesn't explain why you need all that. He goes, well, dude, you ever see a 20 bag of blow? It's not that much. I go, dude, it's a lot, man. It's not. And I go, how much did you spend? And I shit you not. He looks at me, he goes, $880. I was like, what?
What a weird number.
He
Everything
did
in
like
my
a
account.
$880 worth of blow and on a record album. Yeah. And he's like, and I got all this beer. And he drank, but not that much. And he had like 2 cases. One case was Natty Ice Pounders.
Shit.
And he was trying to get nuts because it was like his first time at Pussy in like a year. And I forget what else was in there, but I remember the Natty Ice Pounders. Natty Ice. Yeah, it was Natty Ice.
Not even lights. Natty Ice, the dark blue can.
Pounders.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So he looks at me and he was like, dude, I don't know what to do with this. Do you even want any of this? Keep in mind, this is at like 7 a.m. in the morning when I finally got out. And I was like, dude, I was just in the fucking tank because, I won't say his name on here, but he's like, this dickhead came over, started shit. Of course I fucking want some. Line him up. And I fucking started doing all this blow and started drinking Natty Ice. And then, about 40 minutes later, the first plane hit the first tower.
Oh, my God. What a day.
Hey, what a 9/11, dude. What were you thinking?
I always end up talking about it. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know where you were on 9/11, but I was being American as fuck. All right, assholes?
Dude, I was in 4th grade. They're like, all right, you guys need to go home. Everything's fine. I remember there was an armory in where I grew up, like right across the street from my house. They started mobilizing like the Humvees and shit. It was one of those armories where like Shana will know this, where they have like wrestling events.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what
one of those
you're talking about.
shithole armories where they've never done anything in their life.
Now they're with
and then suddenly the Humvees are rolling, the tanks are mobilized.
Dude, speaking of wrestling events, breaking news. Shana, you see that message?
No.
I just booked a fucking massive gig for Shaner.
What?
So Mick Foley's coming in and he needs a feature. And guess who I suggested?
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dude.
so I don't know any of the parts. Julia's setting that up, but yeah, she
I'm all
gets.
about
Yeah, you're gonna feature for Mick Foley, dude.
That's great. I'll talk
I
about
hope he beats the shit out of you, dude.
my wrestling persona that is a veterinarian that only puts animals down. That is my fucking that's my
What's the name of it
persona.
again, Shayna? The what?
The vet.
The vet.
The
He just
vet.
puts
All I
animals
do is
down.
put animals to sleep.
I remember
That's-
you talking about fighting a tranny on there. What happened there?
Oh Jesus Christ! So
What?
Didn't
When'd
he
you fight
fight
a
it? Didn't you
tranny?
wrestle a tranny?
no,
No,
I
that
was-
bitch is just ugly as shit.
No.
She wishes she was a trainee.
He's like,
I
honestly, a
swear to
wiener
God,
would
you're
make
like-
sense.
You had to fight
I was
some
gonna
fucking
say
dude.
that
It was a
bulge in
chick.
your
Like, I don't know
fucking
what
cock.
happened.
What is that about? Oh, your name's Amanda? I'll take you. I'll DDT you. I don't give a shit. No, we were supposed to like the whole thing was that what really got us in trouble. I was doing this like wrestling promotion or this faction by an art director, and it was really all about the whole thing it was supposed to be like how dumb and how stupid wrestling actually is, which is whatever. I get that. But what he didn't really know is that I was asked by another friend of mine named Dan. He's like, hey, we need people who can actually take bumps and do wrestling if you are.
You start doing blow.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Line them up.
I'm like, I got a roommate. He's not
I
great at it,
immediately-
but
dude,
Yeah.
I immediately come out like fucking Macho Man, like the cream rice.
they're like, not that kind of bump. You're like, damn it.
Stop. I'm like,
You're just dressed like the Ultimate Warrior. You're like, oh, that's
every
egg on my
time-
face.
every time I come out, I'm immediately pissed off. I'm like, you knew who it was. That's Starcade.
I know.
Fuck. So mad. But no, they needed someone who could actually wrestle. And I told him, I was like, look, I'll do it, but I'll do it on two conditions. One, I have to make up my own persona. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. I was like, and two, I need to be a bad guy, and it's non-negotiable. So, like, I started
Non-negotiable.
going over, like, what I want to do. Like, one thing I want to do is I wanted to be the one guy I wanted to do is I wanted my name to be Henry, and I would just come out, like, with a polo tucked into my jeans with white sneakers, and I'd be like, hi, I'm Henry. How's everyone doing tonight? I just want to let you know that I live 3 blocks away, and everyone under the age of 18 needs to be within 500 feet away from me. There were some things that happened in 1982 that I am not proud of, but I really just want to let everyone know, though, that anyone under the age of 18 needs to back away from me at all points in time during the wrestling match. And then it went from that to basically I wanted to be a bad guy that no one could get behind, and no one in their right
Just played
mind.
yourself.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I was like, what is the worst thing you could be? Is like a veterinarian, someone who puts. Everyone loves dogs. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate dogs, but I also don't care a lot. And I think it would be really funny to have a heel that all he did was execute dogs and cats that no one could get behind. And the first night that we did it, I did a wrestling show with Dan. And when I showed up, I was like, Dan, we got to do something that like is going to get the whole crowd super pissed off. Like I want them super mad. And only 3 people knew about it. And 6, you saw the fucking video. Only 3 people knew about the video that I was going to play. Is the whole point was Dan was going to come out. This guy, Dan, who played the real American, he came out and he was going to talk about how his dog was in a kennel. And then I was going to come out and tell him that I own the kennel.
Oh, the Russian video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They played that on the bonfire. They're like,
Dude. So I was like, not only are you wrestling for your life, but you're wrestling for the right life of your dog. So we wrestle, we do the whole fucking thing. And then at the end, during the match, there was like a picture of a dog in a kennel and he won. So his dog was like safe. And then I double crossed him. And then I was like, play the fuck. I was like, yeah, we're going to execute that dog live via Skype. I was like, play the fucking, like, let's get him. And then they're like, someone came over the mic and was like, oh, the dog escaped. And then it went to a video of a dash cam of just a truck driving down the street. And I was like, Unit 91, find that fucking dog. You find that fucking dog, Unit 91. And then you see a golden retriever come into frame and it gets popped by this fucking dog and flies off screen. 70 people had no idea they were going to watch a dog die. It was the best thing that I think I've ever, like, it was like, it wasn't just people, it was like hipster fucking douchebags.
Yeah.
Were like, oh man, what's that? Oh no, a dog? A dog?
Hey,
Fuck!
dog.
Oh,
This
no.
motherfucker.
Yeah, that dog's dead. That dog's dead as shit. But then the other thing that happened was after that, I was told by the guy who ran the whole organization, like, dude, if you ever do anything like that, you got to run it by me so I can okay it. And right then and there, I knew, right? Like, I was like, no, I can't never tell you what I'm going to do, or you're going to make it super fucking fruity.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never going to tell you shit. So the next time we did this, I was supposed to wrestle a girl or like wrestle a chick. And it was like, oh, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I don't know exactly how this is going to go, but like, I also don't want anyone, like, I don't want her to win at all because I don't want like anyone in the crowd to be fucking happy. So she comes out and is a chick named Rachel Peters and I knew from the jump, she was going to be on board with not only getting slammed around, she was also going to be on board with whatever happened in the match. She wasn't going to back down from shit. She was going to go with it. So that wrestling match didn't really look like an intergender wrestling match as much as it looked like a woman who ordered pizza instead of KFC and her husband came home and was pissed off. It was a domestic disturbance is what that match was. And that's all it was from beginning to end. So then at one point in time, after she tries to pin me, she gets distracted by Lemaire with a fucking Blue Lives Matter flag. So she gets up to like protest that, and then I come up behind her and I do some stupid like sidewalk slam, pin her, crowd's booing, and then I get over top of her and then I start strangling her after the match. And then she starts trying to like claw at my face, but then she starts going limp. And then at one point in time, the whole crowd goes silent because I'm selling it and she's selling it super fucking hard. And then at one point I hear some lady like, all right, he needs to get off her right now. Right now. So then other people come into the ring and then that like I Mystic River the whole thing where like I'm Sean Penn trying to get cops off me. I'm like, no, fuck this. Fuck you. I'm trying to still strangle her. They pull me off the ring and then they take her lifeless body out of the ring after the match. And then not only does the whole faction, but the fucking establishment gets hate mail from all these liberal fucking.
Sounds like a fun show.
Oh, dude, it's a
That sounds like an unreal match.
Fuck yeah.
Where were you,
So
Fishtown
good.
or Good, Shayna?
What?
Where were you, Fishtown or Good?
Yeah, right. I think Good was already fucking shut down at that point.
Oh yeah, they were already fucking. They were 86 by that point.
Oh, they're done, huh?
Ah, dude, they pandemic or not, they weren't about to survive.
I
Yeah,
love it.
That place was not doing great.
Did you guys ever go up there? I heard Shane and Matt
Yeah.
talk about it so much.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
all of us did.
Yeah.
And then we got I got banned and with Shane, and that was it. And then it was like they just kind of went down the line of banning people, and it was like,
Wow.
all right.
the whole guilty by association thing was
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was shitty because there were people whom of which that were associated with them that I didn't have a problem with. And then I would get, like I told fucking the Six about it, I got a Dear John letter from like a dude
classic.
that I couldn't even believe that I was getting this shit. I was like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And he's like, dude, I just can't be associated with you.
Oh
or
my
people who-
god.
Dude, I
A letter?
dude.
A handwritten
No.
script?
It was a fucking email, but it was like
Okay.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
enough to be like it was enough to be like, you're serious with this shit? I was like, you're serious with this shit? Couldn't fucking believe it, dude.
Hmm.
Could not.
I've heard all you Philly guys say at one time or another, like, I can't be friends with my old friends anymore because of this, that, and the other.
Yeah, it kind of spread pretty quick after it happened, and then Shane going on to a fair one. That was kind of the final nail in the coffin because they basically leveraged off of Cumia to say why they were banning anyone that would go if you go on and do any show on Compound Network. That's how they worded it. I don't know why they would say any show. Obviously, they meant a fair one because they didn't even know Compound existed before fucking Shane and Tommy started the show. So it was like if you go on there, you're banned, and it was like I which was great for me. I'd been banned for months, so I was like,
like fuck it, dude.
So I was on like the next day.
Yeah,
I would have went on regardless if the fireman sketch didn't come out. I mean, if the fireman sketch, and then we got in trouble because the NFL sketch I did with Gilbert Godfrey, Donald Trump Jr. retweeted it, and they said, "Yeah, and you're not going to tell me these guys aren't alt-right." I was like,
God.
I was like, first off, they hate NFL because the NFL fucking hates Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump Jr. was like, this is exactly how it is. I mean, say what you want about any of us, but that sketch to this day is one of the most accurate sketches I've ever been a part of. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
when the fireman one's unreal, dude. With
so
Shane and you guys, it's spot the fuck on, dude.
That's what started everything.
That whole fucking thing, too. When fucking Good started going after Compound fucking Media, they would have, if none of that fucking shit transpired, they would have been the same people going to getting an opportunity like that. You're not going to fucking turn down for them to just be like, oh, well, I can't believe these dudes did. Like they would have fucking.
They got mad about that with the sketch because they found out that McKeever had wrote it with Shane and McKeever directed it. And that was the whole opposition of it was like, oh, what? You're going to tell me McKeever hit you up? You're not like. You've obviously heard us bring up John, and it's like, they're like, no, I wouldn't do it. It's like, dude, let me tell you like this. If John McKeever asks you to be in a sketch, you fucking do the sketch. You do it. I'll leave it at that. I don't give a fuck what your thoughts are on anything, but it's going to be fucking one of the funniest things you've ever done. I can guarantee
I've seen from that dude, I've never seen his stand-up. I've only seen his sketches, and him on the UFC fucking live streams. Unbelievable, dude. Kid's hilarious. Didn't they ask for a handwritten apology if you went on Compound Media? That's the only way you could get back is if you hand wrote an apology. Get the
to
fuck
perform in a fucking an
insane
80-seat shithole in Chinatown.
I was gonna say it sounds like a shitty Chinese restaurant. Good I think Shane said this on his podcast. He's like, it's the most racist fucking.
That was the other thing that got him in trouble because the night Butterly and McKeever used to have a little show there on Thursdays and years ago, and fucking. Me and Shane were there on it. And it was just like a little showcase where they brought up like 2 or 3 comics. It was fun. But the one night there was a very good friend of Good in the front row who happened to be Asian. And Shane started out every single set he had ever done there by going, this just sounds like it should be in Chinatown. It's a great location and name it. It's like, oh, that a good comedy. And this girl made him come out or tried to get him to come out and apologize to her. In front of the theater, and we were like, no.
Oh, dude, I remember him saying this on Early Man Shane. He goes, some girl was offended, and I go, listen, if it really offended
she was pissed,
you, I'll talk to you one-on-one, and I'll really apologize to you, but I ain't fucking going out on stage and you know what I mean?
Yeah, he went out front and was just like, exactly, yeah, like Shane went out front, was just like, look, I obviously wasn't trying to offend anyone, but I mean, if you're really offended, we can talk. And she was just like, I don't know. I'm just really offended right now. It's like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can do with those people. And I mean, that crowd of that alternative, you're going to lose every time. Shayna just had a taste of it the other night. I mean, she wasn't alternative comedy, but, these woke hipster people where it's like they live to fight.
I just listened to that episode because I listened to episode 16 when it came out, or Quarantine Cast 16, and then I listened to 15 today, and now I'm caught the fuck up on the Patreon for you guys. And I remember I literally 3 hours ago listened to Bike Mama Philadelphia. Bike Mama Delphia. And I saw that happen live, on Twitter. I seen it.
What are you talking about?
No cars.
She wants to ban cars in Philly. I was like, bravo.
Good luck.
Bravo.
Good luck.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What a mess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. People are fucking ridiculous, man. It's they are insane.
It's the days. Mm-hmm. Wait, to switch it up here. Wait, who said you guys are coming to the shows this weekend, right?
Yeah, I'll be there Saturday.
He definitely is. I'm a maybe because of the kiddo.
I'll be there with my two
Oh,
other co-hosts, and
I'm a maybe. I want to fucking go so bad, but it's like my wife works weekends, and you guys doing Saturday, right? Is that what you're saying?
We're doing
Steve?
Yeah,
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
yeah.
All him and like 10 of our boys are going down on Saturday. He's doing a
Right.
guest
What shows
spot
you
on
going to
Saturday.
do? The earlier or
Which one are you doing?
I was probably gonna do the late one,
okay?
but I'm not 100% sure yet. I got to talk to Phil and find out. But yeah, so
Nice.
Yeah, one of our buddies works there. What were you saying, though, Six, about it?
Oh no, I was just wondering who actually was coming to the shows because they should be interested. Because now that I was just gonna bring up how like, and Shane would understand this, but one of the reasons why Shane always brings out me and O'Connor, number one, we're all friends, obviously, so it's easier. But like getting stuck with a host that you don't know and you
Yeah.
get drilled with one of these guys, like a alternative guy that goes up and he's a wacky guy, it's going to throw the whole fight. And then Shane's up there talking about fucking, dunking on kids in the Special Olympics. It's like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
yeah, it's
dude.
such a different dynamic. It's better to travel with you guys. I mean, you guys are always like on each other's cast and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
I kind of would expect that at one of those type of shows, like you guys to be
Right.
there, and be hosting, or somebody working as a team of friends.
Yeah. I mean, if the club gives you somebody that goes up and he goes, he does like a fucking magic puppet show as a fucking opening act, it's like, oh my god.
And you're afraid to make fun of them for that.
Exactly. Because then I'm in a fucking 1,000 comment thread the next day about how I'm the worst in the world. It's like, all right.
All right.
You can't win. You cannot win.
See if I got that type 5
I
ready.
seen the three of them in Providence, and it was like seamless. Even though the crowd sucked, me and Six have talked about this on the stream. Even
What's
though the
that?
crowd was terrible.
Oh,
he
they're
hosted,
brutal.
O'Connie's went up, and fucking
Yeah.
Shane went up, and it was just seamless. Even though the
Yeah.
crowd was
Yeah.
terrible. And there's like
Yeah,
what
it
is there?
sucks.
40 people instead of 120 when you were
Right.
at Comedy
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
It was spread the fuck out, tables, the whole nine.
That's a
you know what I
weird
mean?
room too. You know
It
what I
is.
mean? It's like a one
Yeah.
level kind of like banquet room type deal. And the lights were just a little too bright because people hate being seen by the comics. They just don't want to
man.
be,
Yeah, dude.
they're good with it to laugh, but like for a comic to say anything. Also, are you really doing a guest spot on Saturday?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Oh, all right. I didn't know you already asked. Would you just message Shane and say I'm going to do a guest?
Yeah, there was something worked out with a guy that I know. I don't know if he wants me to talk about it or not, but we'll talk about it Saturday when I see
Oh
you.
yeah, that's fine. Nice, that's sick, dude.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah, I'm
that's the
looking
show
forward to
that O'Connor comes to do a spot on, and he can't because you're already booked. And
For me?
O'Connor
Holy
has to
5
sit in the
minutes?
green room like an asshole and not do a spot.
doing his cartoon on the fucking Apple.
Well, yeah, he is.
iMac.
I mean, it all. Yeah, dude. Yo, Showbrotherhood, look it up on Patreon. We need this. Fucking. No, but he's. I know he's swamped with that, and he's doing a lot of work with it. But he's already up in Connecticut. He's at his parents'.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so I know I think he's going to stop by
Cool.
one of the nights, and I think he was talking about doing a guest spot. So I hope it's Saturday late.
Yeah, I mean,
hope he's
either
still
or.
up.
Yeah, I got to figure it out, and hopefully all the boys get a chance to go up. And
Yeah,
it'll be
dude. Let's have a
something.
fucking 19-person show. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
fuck it,
dude.
all night.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a crew there late night Saturday. There'll
Yeah,
be
man, all the
fucking
boys.
20 deep plus
Yeah.
whoever
Really?
else is going.
Oh, yeah, man,
Because
bring all the fellas.
the reason I got on this podcast was two of my buddies from Stamford, Connecticut. The
Oh, all
other
right.
two
Yeah.
co-hosts of this, whatever. And then I met him through them, because he's from Texas and he started doing it with them first. And there's gonna be a shitload of people there. That
Yeah,
night.
yeah, they'll all.
I'm pumped. I've been to the New Brunswick one a bunch of times, but I haven't been to this one. He brought Wood with him last year. So this is my first year going to that one, but I saw it's like a double floor.
Yeah,
one,
they
so there's
redid the
people up
room,
top.
man. I went up there last night. Yeah, there's people up top. It's a big room. And,
Dude,
it's
it looks
all
Shane,
open. It's
you know what it
fucking
looks like? It
awesome.
looks exactly like the fucking bingo hall where they did ECW in South Philly.
Yeah, it's nice. They
New
redid
Jack
everything
shows up.
inside, and
Dude.
it's in a good location.
Yeah,
be-
I might
should be
Sandman
packed
it when they bring me out. They'll be like, "Please don't even feature me." Brian Six. I might just pop out top row, like, "Woo!" Just drinking fucking Coors Lights and beating
Fuck
people
yeah.
with fucking
I
bamboo
hope-
sticks.
I hope you're also passed out. They're like, where's it? Like the lights going around. They're looking for you and you're just laying down, just like, god damn. It's like you wake
That's
up.
sick though. That'll be fun, man.
Yeah.
I hope the host they give us fucking sucks, dude. That's the best.
Yeah.
Hey, will Chucky know who he is, Ski?
Yeah. I'll find out.
Talk to him. See if
I'll
he's
find
decent.
out, and I'll let you know,
I'll tell Six if he's good or not.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Because our
Actually,
buddy works there. That's how,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So-
Chucky. I know. We go way back. You just drop names. You're doxing people on here.
It's not a real name.
That's
It's
not
good.
even his real name.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
all right,
is-
thanks,
this is
boys. I
pumped.
mean, this is, dude. I was looking forward to this episode. Like, you guys are fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I hope you
The
guys are back
best.
on.
My new favorite podcast, dude. YFI.
Yeah, hell
is
yeah.
Dude, it's so
fucking
good.
Dude, I've shouted you guys out. What? Almost every episode, Ski Mask.
Yeah.
When something with Philly comes up.
Of course.
Dude, them, obviously, Matt and Shane, everyone knows them, but them, Matt and Shane in War Mode, listen to those motherfuckers, dude. And Dad Meat, obviously. Dad
course.
Meat.
Oh, I
So
wasn't gonna
fuck-
say anything.
I mean, dude,
You weren't gonna say?
I
No.
honestly was like this close, like he's getting by.
I almost forgot the fucking Rain Train, the Rain Man in Butterley,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I was
uh,
telling you, I was going to ask them when you were like, "Yo, thanks for letting us do your podcast."
Oh, yeah, they'll-
dickhead. I was
Yeah,
like,
they'll-
"Fuck, dude."
yeah,
I was
what the
gonna ask
fuck?
you guys, but I feel like
I know.
such
I
a
was telling
fag,
Paul, I was
dude.
like, just ask him to do the fucking show. He's like, I don't know. And then he was like,
"What did you
what
say?
just happened? I was
Beezer,
like,
what
I
did you say to
fucking
me? You're
said
like,
it.
you know how many people we get who are like, "Yeah, you want to do my cooking podcast?"
Oh
Oh,
God, yeah.
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brutal.
yeah.
We're not. It's not like we're in that much of a demand, but we definitely get,
Yeah.
emails or messages that are like, "Hey, I started this podcast." So like when they say that right off the bat, I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's
But
like, that's
like,
not views.
yeah, it's like, here's the scenario. We need to come up with a magic spell that does anything. I'm like, don't email me anymore. I can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
That's what's funny. You guys
So
say
you're like,
you
what
had
are you
two
gonna
other.
do?
Yeah, we just said
Just
you had two other
bullshit?
co-hosts. Yeah, exactly. That's all we want to do is bullshit.
That's
right.
same here, dude.
Topics are gay, dude.
Dude, it's so
fucking
good. Like we
dude bullshit.
literally
There's
fire it
no
off. I
fucking-
never take notes. It's just like, all right, I know these
Dude,
guys.
Good.
Down a
Yeah.
subject.
It's
literally
usually
go
you
on
two
talk.
and two other guys.
Yeah, and then we'll have one other
Yeah.
person on, but the two other guys, see what like they're all like part of like that compound-esque thing. So I started the show and I got to like episode 2025, and I brought on the other two guys, and then I enjoyed the chaos so fucking much because it's just way too much going on, and we've kind of evolved with it. It's just fun with somebody.
That's so
with them on.
surprised you said there's two other people, but you didn't want to have them on this one because it would be too nuts. And I was like, yeah, it's usually when people really let their hair down when they're like, oh no, don't worry. We got Six and Shane on. We can be drunk the entire time. It's like,
Yeah,
all right, cool, dude.
yeah.
Well, no, it's like there's already 4 people. We get like 20.
No, I know,
words in
yeah.
each,
Yeah,
and
so I
then
mean, we gotta-
6 would be fucking Hollywood queers, dude. There'd be
Dude,
6 fucking squares. No one would talk. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but now that you guys are on
I-
this time, like next time we'll have the two other guys on the actual SMC, and then because we always have crazy like Bob Levy's been on by himself, Kevin Dombrowski on by himself, and now we're having both of them on tomorrow on SMC.
Who? Levy?
The
Levy and
Reverend Bob
Dombrowski.
Levy and Kevin Dombrowski.
Yeah.
All 6 of
Jesus.
us. Look at him shaking
Ask
his
him.
head.
Ask him about fucking when him and Florentine used to take chairs out of the fucking hotel room. So when they brought
Oh,
girls,
yeah,
back, they had
yeah.
no place to sit.
Last time he
Dude,
was on, he
funniest
was-
fucking thing in the world.
It's so good. He was telling a story about how Florentine would eat boiled eggs on purpose before they would go
Oh,
to
yeah.
shows, just
Yeah.
to see the
Yeah,
farce
yeah.
would smell bad on the way, and then he'd lock
Yep.
the windows. It's like such a mess with those guys.
Levy's
Dude,
the
but you
fucking
guys are all
man, dude.
compound. Like this started because you were a compound. You guys all like compound.
What it
media
started,
shows on there, right?
it actually started as a Kevin Brennan wrap up.
It's like Compound / Kevin Brennan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those
that's how
guys,
we
yeah.
all got together.
All right. Is there a lot of people that listen to this? Do they still watch A Fair One with Tommy and
Some
Dave
watch it
doesn't
fair.
now,
I still
Orlando?
watch it. I still
I
watch it.
guarantee you they do.
Dude,
With
you know who I'm
Lando.
trying to track down to have on YFI? And I've told Shane about this a bunch. There was this dude when Shane was still on the show with Tommy. There was this dude, Mike, who used
Mike
to call
from
in.
Manhattan.
Mike,
I
I've
knew
been
you
trying
were
to
gonna
track him
fucking
down.
say
I've been
that.
trying because
Dude,
I had
You
also
track him
called-
down. I
Wait.
want to fucking talk to him because that dude, the
It's
last
so
time he
fucking
called
funny.
in, we made him freak out.
Yeah.
Fucking so bad because I was saying, I was like, dude, you were a Dallas Cowboys star. You say you're from Dallas,
But
you
he
live in
sounds
Long
like he's New
Island.
York.
I was like, you're fucking from everywhere except Manhattan. So shut
Right.
the fuck up. And you'd call in and be like, the Eagles stink. I'm like, okay, what else you got?
But
He'd be
he
like,
dropped off
anyway,
the earth because he used to call into other shows as well, and all
people
that.
thought it was me. People thought it was me calling into a fair one until
did they?
yeah, I don't know
I
why.
remember
but
weren't
it
you
was
on
like,
the couch one episode when you were like, fuck you, Mike from Manhattan.
oh,
fuck
dude,
you.
Yeah,
I went
I
on
remember
him
that.
and
You
I
were
was like,
pissed.
dude,
Yeah, yeah.
shut the fuck up talking about Sparks Steakhouse like it's 1983.
I'll
Nobody
take you
gives
to a
fuck.
steakhouse.
Tommy,
Yeah, I
let
was
me
like,
take
shut
you
the
out for a steak, Tom.
Yo,
And then
if
he
I win this
finally-
bet, if I win the games, the Cowboys up over
freaked
the
out.
Eagles. I take
He
you to
freaked out on the phone, and he did. Shaner, you'd appreciate it. You know who he sounded like? He sounded exactly like the dude from Falling Down when he finally was like, "Fuck you, dude." The Nazi. And that's what he sounded
like
like.
the shop owner.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck you," and we thought he was kind of just gonna fuck around with us, dude. He went off. He was like, "You motherfuckers! I'm the only one that listens, and then you piece of shit, blah blah." And I remember Shane just looking over at me. I was on the couch like, "Holy shit!" Then all of a sudden, Shane was just like, "Faggot!" Dude, he fucking lost his mind, dude.
I knew it wasn't any of you guys whenever he would call in.
No,
and,
no.
and be like really
Yeah, you were
like
there, so
selectively
how would it be
creepy towards
you?
women.
I've seen you
It was
there when
so
he's-
much.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
are.
I've been there when he's called in a couple
Yeah.
times, but I guess in the beginning they thought it was me, and yeah, I just sorry, I needed to put that out there.
I
'cause,
want to
like,
find him
didn't
too.
know-
Yeah, same.
If you
Yeah,
can
if
find-
somebody, yeah, I've been trying to look in it for over a
We'll
month.
find him. We get all
It's
the
weird because I
compound
know I
fucking
could get his number
lunatics.
because I'm good. I'm still friends with what's his name, who's the,
Garrett?
the sound guys up
Drew?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but
Oh,
just hanging
yeah.
with those- I was just hanging out with
He
those
was
guys
just
Saturday.
partying with them.
there.
Yeah.
Dude, tell him
AC.
you talk to Six, dude. I fucking love those guys. They're
I'll
good
get it. I'll
guys.
get it. I'll
And
get
I
it.
know-
Yeah, we'll have that motherfucker call
Dude,
in.
I want to just go into his caller ID. We won't act like we
That's
do.
it.
You
We
know,
just
it's like,
need
we
him.
found it. Yeah, I
All
got to
right,
talk
boys,
to that guy again.
Anything you guys want to plug besides the show this weekend? You fucked it podcast, all that.
Oh, I don't know. If you're around the Philly area coming up next, what is it? No, that's this weekend. Stress Factory. And then, yeah, next week, the 14th, if you're in Philly area, 14th, I'm at Helium with Big J. And then the 15th through the 17th, I'm with Soder at Helium
Oh,
in
yeah.
Philly. So
Packed
come to
show.
those. Those will be fucking retarded.
It's a killer
They
show.
always
right
are.
there. All right.
Shayna,
Trainer.
anything?
I got nothing. I have.
Yeah, you do. Mick Foley, dude.
Mick Foley, dude.
Apparently, allegedly. I have no.
No,
idea.
you are. You are. She's booking this. She's producing the show. So if she
Either
asks
way.
you to do it, you're doing the show.
Well, I mean, either way, on the 14th of October, I'll be at Helium anyway, dicking around because it'll be my birthday.
Hell
And
yeah.
It'll be my only private.
Holy shit! Yeah, your birthday's a Big J night.
Yeah.
Also,
Also, we got to get it out of the way. I mean, it's my birthday is the same birthdays as George Floyd. So we got to have the biggest.
I'm gonna knee on your neck so fucking
Dude,
hard.
I want you to fucking kill
I'm
me.
gonna put a knee on your neck for
Gonna
for
be
a
a lot
second
of
as
the
long how
crowd's
old
gonna
you are.
be kneeling.
You're getting up there too. You might Floyd out, dude, because I think
I'll
you're over
Floyd it.
30. So anything
I'll
over
do it.
30 seconds might get you.
Dude.
You better tell me you're turning 7, dude.
I'll be the Flounder and Floyd is what the fuck they'll call me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let's end it on that note.
All right.
That's perfect. Yeah,
All
that's
Appreciate
good.
it, boys. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Let's
All
play
right, later,
Warzone.
fellas.
Let's
Thank
go.
Yeah, we're on the
best.
Warzone. Fuck yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
Street Bullies Twitch stream. We're keeping it moving.
Hell yeah, dude.